Look at the big level 3 power spikes for Necton and as well as Riven. So I really like this hover onto Senna because, again, it eliminates the threat. It is a very, very safe lane, especially when you go up against this Varus lane. But look at Team Secret. All of these single target CC, this is shaping to be a pick composition, and we are also seeing the rise of the Yasuo plus Vi combo even during the group stages. And now we'll see if Team Secret will funnel into the Nami as that's, never mind, because they do have a Thresh already. So we'll see if James is able to roam and help facilitate the rest of the lanes.
I think that's exactly the idea, right? But also on top of that, James has that opportunity to help treble disengage, which is a big flaw that Vi usually has, right? You can go in, can't really get out. Well, the Dark Passage is supposed to be able to give you a bit of an escape out in those bad situations. So Team Secret are trying to draft that. They're trying to draft flexibly right now. They have some form of idea. Okay, we want to go for this Yasuo. We want to try and empower that and try and block a lot from SBTC. The issue is, well, what are you trying to block right now? It's a lot of in-your-face damage. It's big crowd control, big spells. They're here to smash you apart as quickly as they can.
Yeah, I think that's the most difficult part, right? Because usually the answer to the Varus is Galio, Gragas, because these are things that can easily access and misposition you. But and Jarvan 4 as well has been an answer to gain access to long-range champions. But Malphite is also another answer. Unstoppable Force, easy peasy. You basically are a flying Olaf with an ult burst, so you will be able to penetrate through everybody else. I'm excited to see this push through.
What an image though of the flying Olaf just as we head into game 1 over here. But yeah, this looks like SBTC. They are here to crush any opponent that stops them from getting into the championship. Team Secret though, on the other side, they did get that Yasuo away from Julie. That can be a threat, but SBTC, I gotta say, making me sweat, making me worried right now as we head into game 1 of SBTC Esports versus Team Secret. It is the Vietnam region versus the Philippine region, and we're gonna see how this first game goes down. Casters, over to you guys.
And it's the road to the upper bracket finals. This is the first time both SBTC and Team Secret is going to face off in this best of 5, where Team Secret have not been able to defeat SBTC Esports. But perhaps this is their moment for redemption. And let's see what Secret unfolds in the series to take down their heir to the sea.
SBTC considered the heir to the sea by most of us here on the back of house here at Contra, as they look so strong. Probably my favorite team in the entire world, to be honest. I think they're incredibly powerful. But as we were talking through the draft, I was telling you, you know, Contra, I think Secret won out this draft, and we're about to see why.
My oh my, James now flashes right across the corner, and Akino tries to lob right in. That's going to be the first blood for the Malphite, making his debut.
Welcome to the upper bracket semi-finals. Chewy, playing this Varus down bottom benefits massively from the takeaway we saw in the middle of the map. This was going to be my big highlight, is that Tatsuri actually ends up with the Yasuo. SBTC were really positioning to put Julie on a carry, really positioning to put Julie, I think, on this Yasuo, because if they had a Yasuo, it would block all the arrows, all the hooks. It would genuinely be an incredible pickup, especially with the Malphite they later drafted and the Riven they'd already drafted. So the fact that Team Secret matched mid-carry for mid-carry, and they pull out the Yasuo, Julie ends up on the Diana, which he's good on, but isn't nearly as powerful in my opinion, is a huge takeaway for Team Secret, and I think they've set up for a very good game here.
Snare onto James right now, and indeed, heading into some of these team fights, and you look at what SBTs can actually offer, it's going to be a big collateral if they can actually get the catch. TF hops onto 2. Tatsuri will be able to make it out, but the skull will be in the hands of SBTC.
Yeah, good disengage there. Down bottom, Palmas did go down, and Chewy nearly as well, as Kirol and Arkano have been playing incredibly aggressive and really shoving in that lane, which is a very good sign for SBTC. They need to win down bottom. They need to get Kirol an early lead, because Bolt, I really like Team Secret's team fighting. I think they have a stronger team fighting composition in the mid game than SBTC. So getting those little leads in lane makes a big difference for SBTC, and that's what they've done so far.
That's right, and going back into the bottom lane matchup right here, as long as Aquino gets the unstoppable force with his ultimate, there's not much that Chewy could do if his flash is going to be down. Same goes to James. These duo bottom laner for Team Secret isn't exactly the most mobile, and it could be a little bit tricky, which is the reason why Trevor is giving so much attention to both James as well as Chewy.
Yeah, and it's also worth noting, especially because this was a question we really had about this bottom lane when we saw it. This is going to be the farming Malphite, the starving Senna. The Senna isn't going to kill any of the minions, as you could see was going on there. All Kirill's doing is he's picking up the souls, and Arkano is actually the one killing all the minions, and he's going to use this to build AP Malphite, ability power Malphite. Which is going to make two things very powerful. Like you said, the unstoppable force is going to one-shot people in the late game.
Oh, Assault Battery connects ability, goes in with the last breath as well. It's a kill coming over to Chewy. Now, this will stabilize him for a tad bit.
TF just getting a little bit lost there. Team Secret read the map very well. And yeah, they get a little bit of badly needed gold back into the hands of Chewy. I'm going to finish talking about this Malphite because I do think it's going to be important. Although Azure will be dueling during this time. Yeah, we're good. Okay. So the Malphite Unstoppable Force will be really big. But the other thing that'll be really big towards the mid-game, and we should highlight, is that AP Malphite has a ton of poke. His first ability that sends out that rock, a little heat-seeking missile that hits anyone, is going to start to do a kind of gross amount of poke damage. So keep your eyes on that. He's obviously going to be a tad less tanky than you expect a Malphite to be, but no less terrifying in the team fight, particularly when synced up with characters that want to go in like the Diana.
Indeed, and I just love how SBTC Esports are always the first movers into the Dragon. They're looking to trade. Team Secret already have their eyes set onto Herald, while Unero, on his debut here in the upper bracket semifinals, is hoping to stop them on their tracks. Now, having that Herald left out in the open, they are going for a chase against Azar, hiding inside of Shroud. He will be able to use the perfect execution just to escape. Now, James goes in for the death sentence as well. And Team Secret, they just have to let this Herald go.
And that's a very big win for SBTC as they continue to build momentum during this early game. They've not really been away. Oh, stun found.
And
very good rotate from Trevor.
You never has to back
SBTC haven't been able to kind of pull away from Team Secret despite a number of wins during this early game, and that's very impressive. Team Secret are doing a really good job on the map of matching and rotating, but that takeaway I think is going to add up, and a lot of it comes off of Yanara, like you said, on his debut here in this tournament, coming in Venus in the top lane. Oh!
Play it on the EXL, gets one, and Chewy has only a tick of health left. That should do just about good enough for the Malphite to go on that killing spree.
And this is why the gold lead was about to grow. Here comes the Rift Herald, and it's off of the unstoppable force from Arkano. He finds 3 kills off of that engage. Absolutely disgusting. And SBTC's AP Malphite shows up to play in game 1.
You know, all these solo kills that I've been going into, I see a ton of Malphites, and, you know, sometimes you just make a joke out of it where you can't contribute much. But look at this guy go. Meanwhile, over the top side, it's Azar now being chunked down, and he wants to go toe-to-toe against Unero. Unero almost gets him deleted, and he falls him through the Shroud. Unero gets his first kill.
What a 1v1 for Yanaro as he steps onto the international stage, going head-to-head with Team Secret on the dive, contesting for the Rift Herald, zoning, using the early game power of Renekton so well, and then out-dueling Azure, shutting down one of Team Secret's key carries in this game. As we've talked about it, Chewy's behind. We've talked about it now, Azure's behind. Team Secret, all of their hopes, perhaps as they always did, rest on Tatsuri.
Aquino now getting the assault battery on top. Last grab will be able to secure it for Tatsuri. Now they're chasing over onto Julie. They're going hard on Julie, and there's not many space for him to even run or hide. TM will be the next one to fall. Team Secret fights back.
A triple kill for Tatsuri. Exactly what we call for him to step up. He does exactly that. 3 kills in the bank, one of them technically an assist. He's going to be able to rocket ahead of the pacing of this game. And Team Secret star mid laner now needs to pull Team Secret back into this game. Here's Yanero and Kira looking to cut off his retreat.
Yanero right now going
He's
on
recalling.
top of Thomas, but will not be able to do just about enough damage. That will leave a little bit more room for Team Secret, but they may have to give up this turret. The rest of Team Secret will have to back off with TF also coming in with the flank. Azar all alone in the shroud. How long can he hold on? And he will only buy time for the turret to still stack.
Not worth it, I think, for Azur, as first turret's already been taken, Team Secret already behind, and Azur's death just means this Akali isn't going to be doing much of anything this game. I do want to paint the flip side of that, though, which is a massive item spike for Tatsuri, as he does survive that fight. And you've got to hope and pray, if there are any Team Secret fans in the chat, now's the time to come up with a Tatsuri team chant, a Tatsuri fan club Facebook page. Anything you feel will help. Start setting it up.
Well, speaking of players of SBTC, the there's the Riven getting caught out.
That's jungler dead.
Great pickup. And this is Infernal Drake. This is huge for Team Secret if they can secure it right here, right now. Ward being dropped right in. But they are hopping over the wall. Here comes Akito! Unstoppable force! They will still secure the Drake for Team Secret. Now, going on the collateral here, they will focus down that Diana first and foremost. Yanero tries to hold a line, but 3 members of Team Secret will be able to take him down nonetheless. Team Secret will be able to even the odds.
Team Secret get the Drake, and they hold the fight. Tatsuri again contributing to 2 kills, getting credit for 1. The other goes over to Chewy, which is massive because he gets into his second item. And all of a sudden, they're back in this game. Despite the turret deficit, despite everything, SBTC haven't been able to press their advantage as much as they wanted to. And I don't know how Team Secret have managed to do this, but they're fighting even, they're trading even in battles they have no business even taking. And as a result, they've got a star carry on Tatsuri hitting his second item. He's just completed his Blade of the Rune King behind his charge blade. He's going to be doing so much damage on every single Yasuo auto attack. Every single sword swipe is just going to be chewing through, like an AD carry almost, chewing through Yanero's armor, chewing through anyone who dares step forward. The big challenge for SBTC is going to be to lock him down using mainly Julie and Arkano as the hard engage, as the stun combo, the CC combo. If they can land onto Tatsuri and stop him from participating in these fights, Team Secret don't have a chance.
That's true, and I really want to go back to your point of team fights, but speaking of a team fight right here, that's Tatsuri being knocked up by the Unstoppable Force. Now he has to buy time with the stopwatch. And over the back, it's going to be Azar with the flank. Assault Battery connect, last wind to fall on top of them. And SBTC, they're winning the trades. They're going to be able to take down Azar as well. Yanero looks for a target, shreds down Chewy, looking for James as well. That's 4 for SBTC.
They find a massive team fight, and they catch critically Tatsuri out early. They burn him down, and even when Team Secret try to recommit behind Azur, the only target they can find are the tanky ones. It's Arkano, it's Yanero, who soaks so much of the damage as SBTC resets in the chaos of the team fight, the chaos they so traditionally thrive in, and it's going to earn them 4 kills. It's going to earn them the Baron. As the heir to the sea, is that what we're calling them?
That's
managed to build up their gold lead, now sitting around 5,000.
My oh my, the heir to the sea right now. They go into team fights like they're just chasing them like moths to a bright flame. Let's have another look back at that fight that we talked about.
And so look at Tatsuri on the other side of this. He flashes away, disengaging, and then Azur starts the fight. So they full commit and they full dump damage, but they're only doing damage onto the front line. They're not finding any backline targets. So they just walk away, and Team Secret don't get anything for all of their carries. You can see James just left alone.
Oh boy. And what is Yanero even doing there for that particular moment?
Couldn't answer that question.
Split going on. Well, SBTC will secure a turret for their loss.
Yeah, it's the right thing Team Secret do. If you have a team that's trying to 4-1 split into you, that's sending 4 players in one direction, 1 player in the other, pick one of the sides and fight it. And if you are defending, you can engineer it such that you have 5 players to bring to bear, and that will always give you an advantage. Unfortunately, even with that, even with a 5v4, they don't feel comfortable playing into SBTC's full 4 stack in mid. They play very defensive behind their inhibitors, and that means that they're still going to lose 2 turrets. Fortunately, flip side of that contra, because they took that aggressive fight, because they stopped the arrow, that's all the Baron's going to get. The Baron gets 2 inner turrets and nothing more. All the inhibitors still stand. SBTC haven't ended the game yet. They're going to have to take at least 1 more team fight, and Team Secret still have a shot.
Indeed they do, and you just look at SBTC Esports, they're always the first movers right now, and they are sending Akito, knowing that he's not going to be chunked out by any members of Team Secret. If they're going to have any full focus onto SBTC, it has to be Julie here, and this is going to be a free break for SBTC. None of the members of Team Secret has any space in the map to even contest.
It's also the right call because, yeah, you're playing into a Senna, but you're not at power spike for your players, right? Chewy hasn't completed the Muramana. That's actually just ticked over as I was saying that sentence. So Chewy now has Muramana and they can team fight, essentially. You're also looking at Tatsuri completing 3rd item. I don't know how far he is in gold. He's probably about halfway there on this back. But when Tatsuri is near 3rd item, which is probably going to be IE, yep, there it is. He's most of the way there. Then he's going to be really scary. That's his item spike. And now that Hamas is completed Muramana, that's his item spike.
Here comes Scrapper here, Assault Battery immediately connects with the last breath as well, and that's where the rest of them will have a chase. And Team Secret will look to pick up this fight while Jolie still navigating his way through to Trapper, and that's Jolie there, taking out Tatsuri. And Team Secret managing a perfect defense.
It's 2 for 1, but the 1 is Tatsuri, so it's difficult to do the math on that one. Some good pickups there, but Team Secret dump all their damage again into Arkano on the front lines. He's soaked up the damage twice in a row now, and sure, he's not tank Malphite, he's a little bit easier to kill, but he's not the biggest threat on the team. Team Secret ideally want to be finding Kirol, finding Julie right at the start of the team fight before they can dump their larger amounts of damage. And they need to do so without losing Tatsuri, who's almost all of their damage.
That's right, and now heading into the mid-game, things get a lot dicier here. Team Secret has to establish better vision control at the very least, because the 2nd Baron has already been spawned, and if they don't take good control here, they might just be forced towards a choke point where it's going to be pretty hard to either attempt for a Baron or even steal it away from SBTC.
Yeah, but Team Secret also really want to play through these choke points. That's the flip side of that. Because if they can get their front line set up and just have Chewy throw damage over the top, he's probably still out-damaging Kira. He's probably still able to win that trade. And the big thing you have to watch out for SBTC is they have 2 major engage. It's Moonfall from Julian, that's the very important one, and then they have the Unstoppable Force from Akano. And if you see both of those go out and neither of them find very big damage, then Team Secret can win the fight, so long as Tatsuri and Shui have survived that engage.
That's right. And as time goes by, SBTC Esports will try to actually navigate their way through and merely connect with the last breath as well. Donatello will be able to provide only so little shield, and the Malphite will drop. And SBTC, they're all scattered with Team Secret having the best chance to win this team fight. Unero hops on board. Tatsuri will have 1 HP left while Kiro tries to clean everything else. And Hamas will be the last one out there in that fight. Azar is not going to participate in this. And SBTC Esports, they managed to win that team fight, but it's a really tough call for this Baron, and they will still try to take this one down.
Yeah, TF goes huge there. TF single-handedly turning that fight with the aid of Kirol on the backlines, and Team Secret just can't access Kirol. He has no damage. He can't fight this.
And he's inside his trap, like he's looking for Kirol as well. He buys enough time. Here comes a TP.
He's
coming in from SBTC. I don't think it's going to be good for Azar. Uses a perfect execution to escape, and SBTC will secure the Baron.
And we see the consequences of that early game. Azar just doesn't do any damage.
Not at all. And Azar, he's so far behind. You just look at the itemization. He's only got 2 being set up. And what's he gonna do about this when it comes down to team fight? He can't even dish out as much of a chunk to even hop on board all the way to the back line to assassinate Hero. And there we go. Another good stun. And Hero now tries to go all the way through to look for Chewy. But this will be negated by Team Secret entirely after losing Azar, but they managed to get picked onto Hamas.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Team Secret aren't going to get this Elder, and that likely means SBTC win game 1. And it's an impressive early game from Team Secret. They do very well to match game state. Kiral shows up big defensively in those team fights, though, and TF absolutely shuts down the discussion. What a performance by this Riven player.
And I believe that this is going to be a tough ordeal for Team Secret to defend. They can still clear out this minimum wave, though. They do have enough resources. And the problem about this entirety of the game is that Hamas was not being able to roam in that early game. And Team Secret just looked like they just have to fall back. And SBTC gets so much leeway in that early game.
I mean, Team Secret, like you were talking about, didn't get the early control that they normally rely on. You normally see Hamas setting up for early game plays, controlling the map, setting the tempo for Team Secret. If you rewind this tape back to the first couple of minutes of this game, it was defined by SBTC. Yanaro found the start of the game, denying that Rift Herald. Yanaro found a solo kill onto Azar, really opening up the game. And from there, with Azar a non-factor, it's been very difficult for Team Secret to take any of these fights, even when they play them well, even when they position well.
And it's also really hard for them to even get anything done outside of their own base right now. Having the buff stolen by TF is just a little bit more salt to the wound. As SBTC now moving their way up towards the top inhibitor.
For the game end, that's what this fight is for.
Trevor has the G8 though, and Trevor just charge up the punch and now locks one member of SBTC in. Last breath connects, and that's where Julie will buy a little bit more spacing here. Nazar, he managed to take down Carol. This is a chance for Team Secret, and the rest of SBTC bots the fight.
SBTC bots the fight, they go on 1 by 1. TF's got as well! And Team Secret have held outside their nexus. With the Elder taken by SBTC, they get a little too hasty and they run in 1 by 1. Arkano goes down underneath the turret all alone. Random flank from Kiro gets punished. Watch this. Yanaro, Julie, just round the side here. Not sure if they should be focusing on the nexus. Not sure if they should be participating in the fight. Team Secret, no such qualms. All 4 members group up, they go for a fight, they target call, they focus as one. Chewy playing all the way back from the fountain at times. And that is enough. And during this time, the Barons come up. Team Secret are just burning down the Baron. Team Secret are just rushing back into this game. Here come SBTC.
This is going to snipe. Team Secret secures the Baron, and immediately the assault and Baron connects. Now the Keto's pretty down low. Perfect execution will be able to take one down. Azar survives, and Team Secret still has a chance. They have to go back to defend against all the Super Minions.
He gets out by a millisecond, Contra. Tatsuri survives, and Team Secret have the Baron. Team Secret will survive in this game. What a game 1! 20 minutes of Team Secret playing from behind, and 20 minutes of Team Secret managing to keep this game going.
This is the only hope for the Philippines region, and they have to start strong. Now they have the Baron buff, and they will just send everyone up into mid to run this gauntlet. They've got to win in
the next 10 seconds before Julie and Arkano respawn. They've got to break this inhibitor.
They have to, no matter the cost. And they know that this is the only thing that they could do. At least get one lane with all the super minions moving right into the middle so that they could just neutralize the pressure and focus on the side lanes. This is exceptionally important.
Do you want to see something wild?
Yes, I do.
Look at the top of your screen. This is a dead even game. After 21 minutes, these 2 teams are tied in gold.
And it's just astounding to me that you look at Team Secret, they were pretty behind in the mid game, and now here comes another fight. They lock into the Mel fight, but there's no follow-up for the rest of Team Secret. They will just bring him back with the lantern, and that's how they've been able to keep all of them surviving. Look at the minion waves though. There is one crashing in from the bottom lane, and SBTC wants to force the pressure up mid.
Yeah, big minion wave, big super minion wave crashing down the bottom of the map right now, and you can see what a problem this is for Team Secret. They benefit massively from the fact that they broke that mid inhibitor, because that mid inhibitor, or the mid wave, is basically cancelled out. That's just going to be a normal wave, essentially, because both teams have super minions. So Team Secret only really need to worry about that bottom lane. But oh my, is this a hard game to play for them. Again, these team fights are all about Tatsuri. Azure has finally come online now that we've gotten to full build 20 minutes into game. So he'll
difficult.
actually be doing damage now. So the things you need to watch in these upcoming team fights are SBTC need to keep Kiro alive. SBTC need to find massive value from TF and Julie, who are the biggest damage dealers. Both those ults need to land on Riven and Diana. Team Secret want to get into the backlines. Azure needs to shut down Kiro, and they need to keep Chewie alive while getting maximum value out of Tatsuri. I don't want to see any more fights for Team Secret where Tatsuri's early focus is Akano. If the Malphite is soaking up Tatsuri's last breath, that's a bad sign for Team Secret. Here we go.
SBTC finds their target. How long can he hold on? Trevor still survives. He took the ladder and he makes his way out. Meanwhile, it's Azar all on his side, and here comes Big Unero trying to chop them all down. Satsuri will still have the GA available. Hamas is the first one to fall, while SBTC, they make their way to the base, and Chewie has to flash back into the fountain. SBTC now stands all the way in front, waiting for the minutes to crash right in. And the end is nigh in game one for Team Secret as SBTC will look to break out the Nexus. Here comes the TP as well. Now Trevor soaking all the damage, but it doesn't matter. SBTC with the lead.
What a game! And SBTC